Space, the final frontier. The voyage is to explore strange new worlds, to seek out new life and new civilizations, to boldly go where no one has gone before. Time is the fire in which we burn. It is the struggle itself that is most important. We must strive to be more than we are. It does not matter that we will not reach our ultimate goal. The effort itself yields its own reward. The glory of creation is in its infinite diversity. If humanity is to survive, we will have learned to take delight in the essential differences between humans and between cultures. We will learn that differences in ideas and attitudes are a delight, part of life's exciting variety, not something to fear. I believe in humanity. We are an incredible species. We're still just a child creature. We're still being nasty to each other. And all children go through those phases. We're growing up. We're moving into adolescence now. We're growing up. Man, we're going to be something. To be different is not necessarily to be ugly. To have a different idea is not necessarily to be wrong. The worst possible thing is for all of us to begin to look and talk and act and think alike. The strength of a civilization is not measured by its ability to fight wars, but rather by its ability to prevent them. Why are we now going into space? Well, why did we trouble to look past the next mountain? Our prime obligation to ourselves is to make the unknown known. We are on a journey to keep an appointment with whatever we are. In the 24th century, there will be no greed, and all the children will know how to read. If this is your God, he's not very impressive. He has so many psychological problems. He's so insecure. He demands worship every 7 days. He goes out and creates faulty humans and then blames them for his own mistakes. He's a pretty poor excuse for a supreme being. I'm in a period of growth and expansion. I'm taking long, hard looks at the world and what's happening in it, analyzing and thinking. I'm trying to become acquainted with the universe, with the part of it I occupy, and trying to settle for myself what my relationship with it is. Star Trek says that it has not all happened. It has not all been discovered. That tomorrow can be as challenging and adventurous as any time humanity has ever lived. A man either lives life as it happens to him, meets it head on and licks it, or he turns his back on it and starts to wither away. It isn't all over. Everything has not been invented. The human adventure is just beginning. We must question the story logic of having an all-knowing, all-powerful God who creates faulty humans and blames them for his own mistakes. For Star Trek proves, as faulty as individual episodes could be, is that the much maligned common man and common woman has an enormous hunger for brotherhood. They are ready for the 23rd century now, and they are light years ahead of their petty governments and their visionless leaders. Ancient astronauts didn't build the pyramids. Human beings built the pyramids because they're clever and they work hard. The human race is a remarkable creature with one great potential, and I hope that Star Trek has helped to show us what we can be if we believe in ourselves and our abilities. For me, science fiction is a way of thinking, a way of logic that bypasses a lot of nonsense. It allows people to look directly at important subjects. Matter of internal security, the age-old cry of the oppressor. We emphasize humanity, and this is done at considerable cost. We can't have a lot of dramatics that other shows get away with. Promiscuity, greed, jealousy, none of those have a place in Star Trek. I wish I had more control, but I'm a realist too. I work in television. I don't know that I would want to spend the rest of my life controlling my characters. For most people, religion is nothing more than a substitute for a malfunctioning brain. We have, within reach, now, the attainment of almost every dream of mankind. Religions vary in their degree of idiocy, but I reject them all. It has become a crusade of mine to demonstrate that TV need not be violent to be exciting. And in the closed confines of starship life, technology would have long ago made privacy impossible, except that it has had only made it more precious and desirable. Respect for another's privacy had become a powerful tradition. Earth is the nest, the cradle, and we'll move out of it. They say that 90% of TV is junk, but 90% of everything is junk. I think that God is as much a basic ingredient in the universe as neutrons and positrons. This is the prime force when we look around the universe. When you get into an airplane by yourself and take off, you find yourself in this lovely, three-dimensional world where you can go in any direction. There is no feeling any more exciting than that. They said God was on high, and he controlled the world, and therefore we must pray against Satan. Well, if God controls the world, he controls Satan. For me, religion was full of misstatements and reaches of logic that I just couldn't agree with. Art is really people asking the eternal question, what is it all about? The present blitz about drugs, I think it looks very much like how we treated insane people 100 years ago. Throw them in a cage, as if that's the whole answer, and it's not the whole answer. I have always been reasonably leery of religion because there are so many edicts in religion. Thou shalt not, or thou shalt. I wanted my world of the future to be clear of that. I became a reader. Thank God I became a reader. I lived in a dream world because it was a hell of a lot better world. Voyager was everything that Spock had ever dreamed of becoming. And yet Voyager was barren. It would never feel pain, or joy, or challenge. It was so completely and magnificently logical that its accumulation of knowledge was totally useless. I don't know if this has a moral or not. Maybe it's don't sit inside of soap cartons too long, unless you enjoy traveling. Listening to you gives me the impression that you divide everything into two parts, things you believe and things you don't believe. I look at the world differently. There are a few things I firmly believe, and a few things I don't believe at all. But in between, there is a vast range of things I wonder about. And that's what makes life interesting.